Hey everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Criterion Connection of March.
March.
We're finally out of February.
Getting close to spring. We're getting close.
So
we're getting close.
So we were originally not going to do it because it's not currently in print for Criterion. But you know what? It's on the Criterion website.
Yeah.
And there is a Criterion version. So and it's wildly released. You can find it anywhere. That we were talking about.
Then we were struggling to find another one real quick to fit what we wanted, because we wanted to do a different movie, but neither of us could get access to it right away in a cheap manner. Yeah. So we decided to do Robocop.
No, Spine 23 Robocop. And I'm going to straight up say it. If I had a top 10 favorite movies of all time, this is in it.
Yeah.
This is the first movie, this is the first R-rated movie I watched as a kid.
Oh, yeah?
My parents got for me when I was 5, the VHS copy. They thought it was a cartoon.
Mm-hmm. A lot of parents got fooled by this movie.
I said my first many cuss words, and they were like, what the hell? So my first cuss words were through Robocop. And this is directed by Paul Verhoeven, the guy who later did Total Recall, Starship Troopers.
Did he do Total Recall before or after Robocop?
After.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure it was after.
Okay.
Yeah.
He did Starship Troopers. He did...
But Starship Troopers is very similar to Robocop.
He also did... what's the one? Oh, it's the stripper movie that everybody hates.
Striptease?
Not Striptease.
Oh, Showgirls.
Showgirls. He did Showgirls as well.
I can't forget Showgirls. How can you forget Showgirls? Anyway, so this is a movie about a cop. He's fallen. He dies.
He's a cop. He's a robo.
He's a cop. He dies, and in a brutal way. Let's not forget, it's a brutal movie. Mm-hmm. And he becomes a RoboCop. He gets cyborg. The 4 objectives and directives, and and there's Curtis. What was it?
Clarence Boddicker.
Clarence Boddicker. What's his real name? Kurtwood Smith.
Kurtwood Smith is the actor.
I thought it was Curtis Smith. Kurtwood Smith. Red Foreman.
He's great.
He's amazing.
Everybody's great in this
Bob
movie.
Morton's great. Even the black guy. Love that guy. It's baby food. That's one of my favorite characters, and I'm so glad he got carried over to Robocop 2. So that's a whole different discussion.
Yeah.
You don't like Robocop 2, I do.
Don't worry, I hate Robocop 3.
Oh, I think we all agree. Robocop 3, aside from the character of McDaggett, is the worst of all of
them. But this Robocop...
It's violent.
It's a great movie.
It taught me not to drive my vehicle into a tub of toxic waste. It taught me not to do that. It also has Ray Wise in it.
Who?
Ray Wise.
Ray Wise?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
He was Leland Palmer in Twin Peaks.
Oh, yeah.
He's the one that gets grabbed by the hair.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and he gets blown up too. But yeah, like this movie, it's very violent. Very violent, and they use it as humor. There's also jokes in there, like
because a couple years ago they did a re-release of RoboCop and all the RoboCops, but they did a re-release that has a whole bunch of special features. Mm-hmm. And there's a couple that touch on the Criterion one, but not nearly as many as what's on the new Blu-ray. And basically they talk about using violence as it's just so over the top, like it's like the ultimate capitalist 80s film. They just pump it up until it explodes, basically. So he doesn't just get shot and killed, he gets shot into pieces.
Yeah.
or guys heads get decapitated, stuff like that. Just way over the top, just to kind of get you to kind of chuckle, and then realize why am I chuckling? This is really not cool.
Don't forget the Ed 209 scene where they do the demonstration. He shoots that guy up.
Oh yeah,
it's just a slight malfunction or something like that. And it's what?
It's such a this is Starship Troopers.
It's Starship Troopers. The same thing. They have the commercials.
Yeah,
they have.
There's so many kind of I don't want to say subliminal, but kind of understated messages in the movie. It's about something.
Yeah.
but it's kind of buried in all of this craziness. So like Starship Troopers is not thought of as a great movie. This movie's thought of as just kind of an action movie, but it's got more to it.
It's very sci-fi. Also, let's not forget 209 trying to go down the stairs.
The steps, yeah.
So good. But it's also
that's one of the lesser effects in the old one, in the old version.
Like there's Robocop is like it's a great sci-fi movie. It's about like a human or a robot, and
it's one of the many
showing
things
your humanity and stuff like that. It's very strong things. How to be the worst person in the world as Clarence Boddicker.
Clarence and what's his name? Dick
Jones.
Dick Jones.
Dick Jones. He killed Bob Morton because he made a mistake. Dick Jones. It's a Gam Bomb song. Check it out. It's a great one.
Ronnie Cox is great. Everybody's great.
And it's also like kind of like the oppression of the police. It's the oppression of the people ahead of the police.
And like how big business is, at times like trying to seem so omnipotent, like trying to buy everybody. Like if you have more money, you have
that's
more
why it's
power.
called Omni Corporation.
Yeah,
it's omnipotous.
So like one of the things that's in it is you have Alex Murphy who gets killed in the very beginning, or at least nearly killed.
No, he's dead.
Okay.
He flatlines.
Yeah, I was just saying technically he dies.
Yeah,
but he gets turned into this cyborg against his will, and like he has like these latent memories that keep coming back, and he keeps going into old habits. He keeps driving home, and it's like a really sad story. I think
the home scene is pretty sad, where like he's going through like the open house, and then he gets memories of his kid and his wife, and the time has passed.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy,
and it's lots of brutal death. The toxic waste, like I said, Jesus Christ. Even the part where Robocop's in, like trapped in that rubble, and he gets beaten by that Clarence is beating him with that that rod. It's pretty violent.
Yeah,
I think it was one of the most violent scenes because of the sound effects and
one of them.
Yeah, and then he stabs, and then of course the oh my God, brutal. So good. This movie hits every mark. It has a good story. Has a sense of humor, but it's not overpowered by the sense of humor. It's not a parody.
No, it borders that line and it walks it pretty well. It's not quite Mel Brooks, but it's a black comedy.
Yeah, the acting is great in this. Everyone does a great job, and if they don't do a great job, they do a passable job. I don't know many people that didn't do a passable job. I don't know many.
I can't think of everybody I remember.
Even the villains, the gang of villains.
Because you got Miguel Ferrer as Morton. He's great.
Oh, he's so good.
Dick Jones, played by Ronnie Cox.
Yeah, Ronnie Cox is so good too.
Peter Weller's fantastic.
You know what's strange? That he's not in this movie. Michael Ironsides. He's in Total Recall and he's in Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
So I guess he discovered him for Total Recall. But
maybe.
Ironsides is so good.
But yeah,
I wish they released Total Recall and Criterion. Say so good.
Even Murphy's partner,
Lois.
Yeah, she's pretty good.
Yeah, like the villains have good. They all have personalities, except for maybe the Asian guy. He doesn't really have a personality. He has a mullet though, a badass mullet.
Kerwood Smith is Clarence Boddicker.
Yeah,
Which is insane.
And Emil is great. He's the one with toxic waste. He's great. Ray Wise is great. Forget the black guy's name.
I don't remember.
He's great. He has that laugh. That great laugh. Yeah. Like everyone has their own little personality, and they work and everything.
And they actually blow up a town.
Also, the best score. Not the best score, but a great score.
It's good. It's good.
Not saying it's the best score of all time. That's not John Williams, but
you went hyperbole, but yeah, it's really good.
It's a really good score. The editing's great. The pacing is great.
It's iconic. It's an iconic movie.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say bye. And if you do like RoboCop, I do suggest. Not just get the Criterion version, but get like the Blu-ray set that comes with RoboCop 2. You don't like RoboCop 2. I do.
Yeah, I'm satisfied.
I feel like it's not as good as RoboCop, but RoboCop 2 is like if RoboCop 1 was like violent, they tried to give it heroin or speed just to make it more crazy, they should give it nuke. Because that's the drug.
Right.
But RoboCop 3 you can skip.
But I'm 100% like because I'm a big behind the scenes special features guy, so I'm gonna recommend definitely check out the Criterion one if you can.
They might re-release it.
It'd be really cool if they did re-release it.
Yeah,
I'd be so.
They did for Silence of the Lambs, so they might do it.
I'd also I would recommend the Blu-ray that I have that has a whole bunch of special features. It's a couple hours worth.
Did you watch the Robocop TV show? Those Prime Directives.
So
good.
I have this other TV show with Robocop. I think it's from Canada or something.
I know what it is. Yeah. Prime Directives, isn't it? Is it?
I don't think so. I don't think it's
that one. There's 4 movies on Hulu, I think.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Meltdown.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah. But yeah. So, what do you guys think of Robocop? What's some other classic movies we should do that's on the Criterion Collection?
We just kind of gush over it because we just like the movie so much.
Yeah. Like I said, it's my top 10 favorite movies of all time right there.
Yeah.
So let us know in the comment section below. It's also next month is Fan Appreciation Month, Fan Suggestion Month. So give us all your suggestions. We're going to do them, not all of them. We're going to pick the best.
Yeah, because we have a whole list, and we want to add more to it. We'll do some real heavy consideration of the ones that you guys pick, especially if it's something that recently got announced.
Yeah.
Or just recently came out. Just kind of hit us up with them down at the bottom there, and we'll definitely take a look at them.
Comment, suggest.
Even if we don't get to them in March, we tend to sprinkle them in
April.
I'm sorry,
April. We're in March now.
Jeez, man, time flies.
Yeah, I know.
If we don't get to them in April,
we'll get to them.
Or we get the suggestions by the end of March. But if we don't get to them in April to review them, we'll definitely keep them on hand because we always try and whenever we can think of one, we just kind of, hey, what about this suggestion real quick, and we do it.
Yes. And also if you have other suggestions, you can also do them on Twitter at MintCondishMCP.
And if you want to send me a calendar, definitely put a comment down below because I can't keep my month straight.
Yes. Until next time, I'd buy that for $1. Ha ha!